students. In this video we are going to see about Biot-Savart law. First, in magnetostatic field, Biot-Savart law and the Ampere circuit law are the most significant laws. Like Coulomb's law in electrostatics, here Biot-Savart law is the general law of magnetostatics. Ampere's law is a special case of Biot-Savart law and is similar to Gauss law. The determination of magnetic field strength, which is represented as H due to linear and circular conductors carrying current, is based on Biot-Savart law. The static electric field is characterized by electric field intensity E and electric flux density D. Similarly, the static magnetic field are characterized by magnetic field intensity H and magnetic flux density B. The motion of charges at constant velocity gives rise to constant current flow. That direct current which results in static or steady magnetic field. Such a static magnetic field is also called magnetostatic field. For a linear and isotropic medium, capital D, which is nothing but electric flux density, is equal to epsilon into capital E, which is nothing but electric field intensity in electrostatic. Whereas in magnetostatic, H and B are related as B, capital B, which is nothing but magnetic flux density, which is equal to mu into H magnetic field intensity. The applications of Biot-Savart law and Ampere circuit law are discussed in the upcoming videos. Biot-Savart law. Biot-Savart states that the differential magnetic field intensity DH produced at a point P by a differential current element IDL is proportional to the product of IDL and the sine of the angle alpha between the element and the line joining P to the element, and is inversely proportional to the square of the distance R between P and the element. Consider a long straight conductor and take some differential length from point A to P, because if there is a length, then the current will be passed from A to B. If there is no length, means the current can't move, and then the current is the charge is a point charge. So we definitely need of differential length of some length, and that length is directly proportional to the magnetic field intensity H. And next one, the current flow between the differential length is also directly proportional to the magnetic field intensity. Let's consider a point away from a long straight conductor, just perpendicular to the differential length, and let it named as P, and we can calculate the magnetic field intensity at that point because of the current flow in the differential length and also the based on the charge flow. Finally, the magnetic field due to an element of current IDS, which is H. DH is directly proportional to IDL sine alpha divided by, or sine theta divided by R squared. By taking the directly proportional sign by introducing the constant K. The constant K proportionality, which is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi. And finally, DH is equal to IDL sine theta or sine alpha divided by 4 pi R squared. Okay. And then we can already know B is equal to mu H, and then finally we can get dB, which is magnetic flux density, is equal to mu naught I ds, or mu I dl sine theta divided by 4 pi R square. The magnetic field wrap in circles around a wire. The direction of the magnetic field easy to find using the right hand rule. In the later video, we can see the how the right hand rule helps to find the flow of the current or direction of the magnetic field. Here We can calculate B due to long straight conductor, and here is the answer. The B is equal to mu naught I divided by 2 pi r. Just add up all the contributions ds to current, keep track of distance r, then do the calculations and notice that r is equal to root of r squared plus s squared, because the differential surface is here, and r sin theta is equal to rt, so the integral becomes mu naught I divided by 2 pi and the integral form. Finally, we can get B is equal to mu naught I divided by 2 pi r, which is magnetic flux density due to current in a long straight wire. Next, we can find magnetic flux density at center of a circular arc of wire using the Biot-Savart law. By doing the same procedure as before, we can do the calculations, and finally we can get B is equal to mu naught I phi divided by 4 pi r, B due to current in circular arc, and B at center of the full circle is, we can substitute phi is equal to 2 pi, because for a full circle we can use the 2 pi. Then B is equal to mu naught I divided by 2r. Here the magnetic field from Biot-Savart law, we can use the Biot-Savart law to see the direction of the field due to wire segment. Okay. Here the right hand rule. To apply the right hand rule for determining the direction of the magnetic field produced by a steady current, imagine gripping the wire with your right hand, so that your thumb points the direction of the current flow. Your fingers naturally curl in the direction in which the magnetic field circulates. Thank you.